We have Mr. A. Arul Das. He is going to be talking on energy resources. Very nice. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning to all of you. The speakers, the stars of the seminar, the enthusiastic participants, I today take you to a topic that is energy resources and MES. E stands for elephants, but today E stands for energy. Here it is, I am going to talk about the energy of non-renewable energy. There are three wings in the E, and the three, according to me, are the three major challenges. It is exhausting. It is environmentally hazardous. It's a exploitation challenge. So we have to find an alternative. Here comes the renewable energy. The previous speaker in his energy demand pyramid has shown the renewable energy on the apex. The renewable energy is not the alternative energy. It's a misnomer. This is the energy which is going to be remain. The other one will depleted, we will not be having it. I'll be quickly going through the presentation due to the shortage of the time. I would like to remind everyone that there is no infinite source or infinite sink. Energy and development are two sides of the same coin. There cannot be any development in any field without energy. India's per capita consumption is around 1000 kilowatt hour. The fossil fuel reserves is not going to last for many years. Next 40 years we will be only looking for the nuclear energy. National Electric Policy says about power for all by 2022. Non-renewable resources, it's depicted in the picture. Renewable energy sources, solar, wind, etc. Energy scenario in India, present generation capacity is 260 gigawatts. Out of that, 60% is we are getting from the coal, only 13% from renewable. And out of this renewable, 67% from wind, and the solar is only 9%. Incidentally, India is the fourth largest production of renewable energy. The total potential in India is 895 gigawatt. We have been able to exploit only 0.4% of solar and 21.85% of wind. The scope in MES is only solar and wind, and today I will be concentrating on the solar energy. Solar energy, we are getting it through SPE system. There are certain challenges. There is an energy storage issue. Load restriction is there. It's an intermittent source. You don't get solar energy always. Open shadow, free land is required. Transmission is a challenge. Net metering and MOU is another challenge. High initial investment, low conversion efficiency, and long-term payback. This has been mainly designed for the MES. All of you know that we have been putting DG set everywhere. Wherever I get a AEs, invariably I find a transformer, I find a DG set, and I find a stabilizer. We are in some places we have got more cumulative DG set capacity than the actual demand. So here we have devised this. This is a grid independent system with a DG set. The solar energy is taken to the power conditioning unit. This independent system, it takes the solar power first and the balance it will take from the grid. In case the grid supply is not available, when the DG set comes, it takes from the DG set and it is fed to the load. The equation is given. Only precaution is that the SPV is designed for X maximum, which should be less than or equal to the Z minimum. It should not happen that we generate more power and supply into the grid. This is not the system for that. That's why it is grid independent system. Whatever we generate through the solar PV panel, that should be consumed. This is another system where we have got married accommodation, OTM accommodations. There is this LT feeder connected system without battery. There is no necessity of the battery in this case. There in the grid independent system, instead of the battery only, we have got the DG set. Here the plant is designed and sized in such a way that the overall consumption is always more than the power generated. It is normally used for reducing the net consumption of commercial supply. Again, the equation is well defined here. When X is less than Z, that is the load, then it takes the power supply from the LT feeder. When X is more than the load, then it feeds to the LT feeder. This LT feeder subsequently will be utilized in the other buildings. So it is not backfeeding to the HT system, it is only LT system where it will be consumed. This is about the grid connected generating system. Here this power supply is, solar power is generated and it is fed through transformer, step up transformer and fed to the grid. The technical specification I have brought out basically for the small capacities. The degradation is 1% per year up to 10 years and not more than 20% at the end of 25 years. Efficiency of the power conditioning units should be greater than 92%. Now technology is available. It requires about 10 to 12 square meter per kilowatt peak. P stands for peak. Capital cost is roughly about 1 lakh per kilowatt peak. And cost of generation at the generation point is 4 to 5 per kilowatt hour. Normally we can get the payback period. The payback period is approximately 10 years. It reduces the carbon footprint 1.4 tons per year per kilowatt peak. Way ahead. Solar energy has the potential to significantly reduce reliance upon commercial supply in MES. Solar energy should not be considered as a drop-in supply side solution. It's not a solution for the entire electric supply, but it is a part of a transition, if not transmission of grid. Sun provides power only during the day, is countered by the fact that 70% of energy demand is during the daytime hours. MES can play a vital role in achieving the objective of 175 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2012. This is our Government of India National Electricity Policy. Conclusion, we have got many building in MES. I'll take another 1 minute.
Please.
In MES we have got the rooftop accessible and inaccessible, both are available and it is not being used. So my recommendation is provision of rooftop grid independent system. It's like a solar beehive with or without DG set. Making use of available roof in defense area will mitigate the dependency on non-renewable energy to a large extent. Careful integration of solar elephant. Solar elephant means higher capacity where the solar power is generated and supplied to the grid. Careful integration of solar elephants and solar beehives with commercial supply will maximize the use of solar power in defense. Defense has a great potential within its limited jurisdiction to contribute to the three challenges, namely to enhance India's energy security, to combat climate change and to reduce poverty. By making use of solar power in their area and to build a new green India. It may be concluded that in the future, as fossil fuels are exhausted, renewable sources will only be the major alternate energy to nuclear energy. Without nuclear energy, there is no other alternate. Treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents. It was loaned to you by your children. We don't inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. Thank you, one and all, for listening to me for the first 12 minutes.
15.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Das.